Star Wars belongs to everyone who loves this amazing universe. We've all grown up with it. And now, we at DICE have the opportunity of a lifetime to make the Star Wars game that, as fans, we've all dreamt of playing. To stay as true to the films as possible, we went back to where it all began. Visiting the Lucas archives to capture the actual models and props used in the movies was an incredibly emotional experience. There's so much love and detail in these pieces that we want to get into the game. But to immerse players in iconic Star Wars battles will take more than just authentic weapons and vehicles. We went to the original movie locations, not just to capture the environments, but the emotions they invoke as well. The early results are truly spectacular. We have an experienced team, an extraordinary collaboration with Lucasfilm, and some of the best technology in the industry. But above all, it is our passion for Star Wars that will bring this legacy to life like never before. And as someone once said, do or do not. There is no try.
Welcome everyone to the Electronic Arts E3 preview show, coming to you from the Shrine Expo Hall in Los Angeles. We're live on Spike TV, we're streaming around the world, and we're ready to kick off E3. So thanks for joining us today, and thanks to the team at DICE for starting us off with a look at one of our most ambitious new games, Star Wars Battlefront. Over the next hour, we've got a dozen new experiences that are being built by creative teams with a love for games. For the people who matter most, our players. We're doing the show a little differently though, so let me set the stage. We've got games here today that are just a few months from being done, and with others, we'll go behind the scenes. We'll see early designs, concept visuals, and raw prototypes of just some of what's to come over the next few years. We'll explore interesting worlds, epic landscapes, and ridiculous action. We'll also hear thoughtful reflections on what's inspiring the future from some of our most passionate creative leaders. Everything we've got for you here today is tied together by a common thread, a commitment to put our players first, a commitment to create amazing games, games that connect, inspire, challenge, and entertain us. A commitment to lead with creativity and innovation, imagining new ideas for a new generation. And a commitment to listen to you. It's about putting the games into your hands and inviting you to help us make them better. This is the foundation for Electronic Arts and the inspiration behind what we have for you here today. So, let's jump into the world of Dragon Age Inquisition, and then an early glimpse inside two more new projects from our very talented storytellers at BioWare.
Strykova, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. All the feels. I gotta settle down. That was beautiful. Thank you for an amazing opening. Dragon Age Inquisition marks the beginning of the next generation of BioWare games, where we'll combine powerful narratives with expansive open-world gameplay so you can explore and discover with more freedom than ever before. In Dragon Age Inquisition, you step into a world on the brink of chaos as the Inquisitor. Your past and motivations are shrouded in mystery. The choice in how to proceed is yours. You'll assemble a team of unique and powerful heroes and lead them against the forces of evil. Together, you'll become legends in the Dragon Age. You'll have a choice in how you lead your team into the heat of battle, and we're going to give you a taste of that today. One way to approach combat puts you right into the heat of the action. As you're about to see, playing this way gives you the ability to take control of different party members. You can use their skills to help you succeed in battle against the apex predator of our world, a high dragon. Now, another way to approach combat is to use the tactical camera. More powerful than ever before, this mode removes time from the equation by pausing the battle. You position your party on the field, issue orders, and take ultimate control. Whether you choose an action or tactical approach, these heroes won't just fight beside you across our expansive, beautiful open world. They are true companions with their own stories to discover. I want to leave you with a first look at some of your team of heroes.
The threat has brought them from across the world. Blackwall, a Grey Warden, will be no stranger to giving his life in defense of others. And this war may ask it from all of us. Serra, a wild card who draws strength from the common, not halls of power. As passionate and reactionary as the groundswell she brings. The Iron Bull, a Kunari mercenary strong enough to overcome anything except the life he left behind. Vivienne, a mage with both ambition and incredible power. But what is her true agenda? The time has come for us to stand together. Whatever we were before, we are now the Inquisition.
As we start designing the next Mass Effect game, we start by asking fans what they want, what Mass Effect means to them. One of the things that fans have told us most about what they want in the next Mass Effect game is to go somewhere new and to move forward.
New places, new characters, new people to fall in love with.
We're taking you to a whole new region of space.
This world is so vast that you can just kind of continue on to the horizon. There's more and more experience for the player to enjoy.
Pick a planet, a across the other side of the galaxy and fly there and see what you'll discover.
Imagine what we can do now with the power of new consoles and amazing software.
It all looks fantastic.
We've never seen these characters this real before. We think fans of the series are going to be surprised at just how far we're going. While the Montreal studio is working on the next Mass Effect game, our team here in Edmonton is developing a completely new IP.
It's a chance to have a clean sheet design and start from the most fundamental principles you can have.
We want to take on very contemporary stories, and yet we want to build a world that is as big and as imaginative as everything we've done before.
It starts off with baby steps. What are the environments? What are cities like? What are characters like?
So we're trying to build a fictional world that feels real and is alive and is constantly changing.
This is what the world is doing right now. Come and play.
At BioWare, we're building worlds and journeys for the next generation.
How far can we go with these new games? Wait and see.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel Franklin, and I'm excited to introduce you to the next generation of The Sims. Smarter Sims. Sims with real personalities. And the stories you'll tell about these Sims will be entertaining, meaningful, and sometimes a little weird. In previous games, you controlled the mind and body of your Sims. In The Sims 4, for the first time, you control their hearts. Here we are in our Create a Sim, where you decide what your Sims look like, and brand new to The Sims 4, who they are. You define your Sims' personality. The traits and aspirations that you choose influence their emotions, how they behave, and how they respond to other Sims. So you could make a hot-headed athlete who loves literature, or a romantic nature lover with a touch of insanity. You have so many possibilities at your fingertips, so many Sims to create. The Sims 4 features lively, vibrant neighborhoods, rich communities where anything can happen. This is a deep simulation where every Sim has their own story, and they're all connecting, colliding, and influencing each other's emotions. So the local gym is a great place for me to show you how personality and emotions influence your gameplay. You can tell how your Sims are feeling at a glance. Happy. Depressed. Energized. So let's meet Chuck. I've made him a hothead, so he's already prone to flying off the handle. And I can push him even further. So today he's really fired up and he's working out those abs. Well, how did I get him into this state? It all kicked off last night when I introduced Chuck to Gladys, his rather eccentric neighbor. I made Chuck recite some of his poetry, but I haven't leveled up his skills yet, and frankly, his poems suck. So this is when the power of our simulation comes into play. Personality drives behavior, creating richer stories. And in this case, Gladys hates Chuck's poems so much, she decides to get physical. Oh, Gladys. Losing really ruined Chuck's night, and he's still mad about it the next day. Now, I feel bad for Chuck. Let's cheer him up. And what better way to do that than by throwing a party? So it looks like it's working. The neighborhood's shown up, and Chuck is now feeling playful. He's cracking jokes. He's becoming the life of the party. Uh-oh, here's Gladys, and she's still looking for a fight. Her foul mood is affecting everyone else. I need to inject a dose of fun into this party, and I know just how to do it. I leap into the all-new gallery to look for something special. It's full of wonderful homes and Sims created by other players. And for the first time, you can share their Sims complete with their full personalities. I can bring another player's Sim straight into my game. It's that simple. So ladies and gentlemen, meet Princess. Now the party's really booming. Ooh. And check out those dance moves, huh? Chuck's having so much fun he can't stop laughing. I'm pushing his emotions to the extreme. In fact, he is laughing so hard, he dies of laughter. So where else can you find moments like this? The Sims 4 is unlike anything we've ever made. These new smarter Sims are full of personality and humor, and the possibilities when you play with life are simply endless. We invite you to create your own weird stories on September 2nd, when you'll get to play with the next generation of The Sims.
Welcome to a world of exceptional Sims, where Sims with new emotions connect and collide for the first time. They're smarter, with big personality. You create them, you control them. Their stories are yours to tell. They are friends, they are family, they are neighbors. These are all new Sims. Create their stories and play with their lives like never before.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
You know, the Gracies were founding fathers of the actual UFC, but I think the sport of mixed martial arts was started by Bruce Lee.
I think he was one of them guys that made martial arts mainstream. Before the UFC, before any of this stuff was about, guys wanted to be Bruce Lee.
Just a magnificent, extremely powerful being. He's someone that I strive to be like, and it just makes you feel powerless because no one's going to be like Bruce Lee, no matter how much you study or how much you know or how much you strive to be that type of person. He's just a truly extraordinary, one-of-a-kind individual.
Whoa, whoa. Hold on. Ordinarily, I would agree with pretty much anything Jon Jones has to say about fighting. After all, he is the UFC light heavyweight champion, and I am a 5'8" game developer that shouldn't be in his weight class. But he did get one thing wrong. This year, in EA Sports UFC, anyone can be like Bruce Lee. Virtually speaking, of course. And whether you're playing as Bruce Lee, or Jon Jones, or GSP, the team at EA Canada has been working hard for 2 years to make it the most awesome experience we possibly can. So let's jump into the fifth round of a battle between Bruce Lee and the prodigy BJ Penn and see what I'm talking about. You can see both fighters are rendered in tremendous detail, and the effects of the previous 4 rounds are evident on their legs, their midsections, and their faces. My strategy, if I was facing Bruce Lee, or anyone really, would be to run out of the octagon, but BJ Penn is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so he's going to look to take the fight to the ground. Big takedown. I'm sure he's going to start trying to set up a submission here. First, some big elbows. And here we go. He's going to start locking in what's called a mounted triangle submission, which I'm sure sounds like a lot of fun, but trust me, it's not. But Bruce Lee is no slouch on the ground. He's going to manage to escape and get the fight right back to the feet where he wants it. But BJ Penn is a 2-division UFC champion. He's not afraid to go toe-to-toe with anybody. But here we have Bruce Lee's fists and feet of fury starting to take a toll. And exceptional athletes can do exceptional things, like jump off the cage and get people in the head. BJ Penn's got the heart of the champion, but the brain of one of our producers right now. And that means good night. I don't think he's getting up from this one.
Let's take another look at the huge kick.
No. And that's just a quick look at EA Sports UFC. We can't wait for you guys to feel the fight for yourselves when the game drops next week. Thank you.
Great job, Brian.